As a mother of 3 grown boys, I know a thing or two about making chili and macaroni and cheese. I know I made a lot of both for a lot of years and often. I also know my boys loved it when I made both and mixed them together. Join me right here at the stovetop today while I show you how to make my kid-tested, mother-approved Chili Mac. Chili Mac arrived in the American marketplace in the form of Hamburger Helper in 1971. It was really popular, but the thought of a box of dried pasta, powdered sauce mix, and seasonings didn't really excite me or my family. That said, my boys loved Wendy's chili and Kraft macaroni and cheese. So I simply set out to make my own copycat versions of both. And to this day, I wouldn't change a thing. I've got about 2.5 pounds of really lean ground beef. I'm using 90-10 in a wide bottom 4-quart stock pot. And I'm going to season it with about a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I'm going to add about a cup and a half of chopped onion, the same of green bell pepper, and the same a cup and a half of red bell pepper. If you don't like any one of these things, just make up the difference with something else. Like you could put extra onion and skip bell peppers, whatever you like to do. I'm going to put this on medium-high heat, and I'm going to keep stirring it around, and I'm going to saute this for about 15 minutes till the meat is cooked through, the vegetables are cooked through. It's reduced in volume by about a half, and there's almost no liquid left in the bottom of the pan. It's been about 20 minutes. Everything is cooked through. Camera, I don't know if you can get in here, there's almost no liquid left in the bottom of the pan, which is exactly what we want. So now I'm going to add a few more spices into this mix. And I'm going with Mexican oregano, cumin, more black pepper, and Mexican chili powder. I'm going to give that a really good stir. And now we're going to add our tomatoey ingredients. I'm using a 14.5-ounce can of plain tomato sauce, a 14.5-ounce can of undrained diced tomatoes, because I like some chunky tomatoes in there. And thanks to the genius of our middle son, he asked me to start adding a jar of his favorite Tostitos salsa. And that's just full of all sorts of good flavor. So we'll get this simmering, get it stirred in really good to get all the spices in through all the tomatoey stuff. And now our beans. And I like a lot of them. You can add a smaller can if you want. I like red kidney beans. So I'm just going to add, and these are well drained. You don't want to add any more juice to this. That is perfect. Oh, a couple more. All right, here we go. I'll stir all of these in. And I'm going to let this simmer for about 30 to 35 minutes. And I am going to tell you that this is going to make 4 quarts of chili. And what I do when I'm making chili mac is I freeze 3 quarts and I use 1 quart to stir in to my macaroni and cheese mixture. While my chili was simmering on the back of the stove, I took a couple of minutes to cook and drain a pound of pasta. And please use tubular pasta, penne, anything that's got tubes in it. I use some pretty little cavatelli today because I like these spirals. I think they're kind of cute. And after I drained it, I tossed it with 4 ounces of butter. That's 4 tablespoons of butter, and I added 2 teaspoons of garlic powder to it. In the meantime, in my microwave, I melted 1 jar of Cheez Whiz. Yes, Kraft Cheez Whiz, in my opinion, makes the best imitation or copycat recipe of Kraft macaroni and cheese. As I was just telling Adam, my camera guy today, 1 pound of pasta, 4 ounces of butter, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and a jar of Cheez Whiz. Best copycat Kraft macaroni and cheese. Okay, that's all in there. Turn this down because I just want it on real low heat. Let's just melt this in into the still warm pasta. Won't take very long. Well, and one of the reasons you don't add any salt to any of this is because your Cheez Whiz is really going to make this, it's going to salt the pasta plenty. Now, in case you don't believe me, you have to just at some point take a taste. Oh yeah. Okay, now comes the fun part. We're going to stir in 1 quart of chili. This is 1 quart, which I've measured out, hot off the stove. Let's get this all stirred in. And it is time to head over to the counter and serve our Chili Mac. Take a tip from a well-seasoned mom and grandmother like me. Cooking for kids is never easy, but it can be fun. Knowing how to cook a few uncomplicated recipes that they like, using a little bit of meat, some fresh chopped vegetables, and a few pantry ingredients goes a long way, and it's a smart way to show your kids that eating at the kitchen counter is a lot better than spending time at the takeout counter. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website.